What's up, users? It's the Russian dude. Let's get straight to the point and talk about some ridiculous Russian propaganda. Okay, so today we have this picture of one of a Russian very old cars, Lada, and basically somebody put their American flag. But this is not just over yet, because then somebody else put literally an axe through this American flag on top of a very anti-propagandistic, on top of but still yet Russian Lada. So the situation is very conflicting if you think about it. At the same time, you have an American flag on top of Russian car. And on another hand, you have a guy who destroyed a Russian car, even though this impact was through an American flag. The question here is the guy with the axe, does he hate America or does he hate Russians' Lada? Guys, let me know down below in the comments, what do you think? But okay, enough with this clown ship, now let me give you a brief update from the east of Ukraine, where it looks like that Kharkiv offensive of Russians now completely stalled. Then I'm gonna go to the south of Ukraine, where Ukrainians modified their naval drone Sea-Baby with multiple launch rocket systems called Grad, and this is truly a game changer. And to begin with, right here, first of all, unfortunately, is the video from the city of Kharkiv, where once again Russians did attack some residential areas. And most likely this is the consequences of them not being able to achieve anything significant along Kharkiv front line, such as, for example, according to the Commander-in-Chief of Ukrainian forces Oleksandr Syrsky, this offensive against Vovchansk has stalled completely. There was several fights inside the city for the last several days, but now they quiet down, and now fewer and fewer Russians are spotted inside the city. There is even not a single one of them in some parts of it, which basically means that that's it. The offensive of Russians against Vovchansk along Kharkiv front line has now fully and officially stalled. In return, Ukrainians continue to do military-related activities, such as, for example, right here is one of the brand new videos from Mospino airfield located in Donetsk region, where recently at least 5 attacks by Ukrainians were able to destroy at least 3 S-300 and S-400 air defense systems of Russians. The cost of each one of them is estimated to be at approximately $150 million. And now, as promised, let's switch our attention to the south of Ukraine, where we're gonna talk about these naval drones which are modified now and are extremely dangerous. But first, guys, if you don't mind, can you please simply like this video, subscribe to my channel? We need more people into the Russian dude army. Because if you do not subscribe, well, you will be vacant, so maybe Z army can draft you. So the choice is yours. Unsubscribed people go to Putin's Z army. Those who subscribe, they are inside the Russian Dude army. Welcome, thank you so much. You can also check my second channel, The Russian Dude Investing, if you're interested in the stock market news. The new video is already live, the link is down below. Right, to begin with, right here, first of all, we have a video from Zaporozhye region, where it shows the result of a heavy drone of Ukrainians called Baba Yaga, which was able to destroy a Russian infantry fighting vehicle BMP-3. Next we have some statements by the local residents from Alushta, located on Crimean Peninsula. Reportedly some very loud noises happened last night. According to its head, Mr. Aksionov, he said that, well, Ukrainians for some reason they decided to literally target an absolutely empty field with like abandoned farm equipment. There was literally nothing there. Well, you already know the trustworthiness of the Russian propaganda, because local residents who actually live there, and it is also confirmed by the satellite images, they did mention the sounds actually came from the position of the small military base of Russians. This so-called, even I would say, military city, which was basically for soldiers of the Z army to live in, so they can go train, and then later be transported to Ukraine. Well, now I will leave it up to you guys. Who do you want to believe? The representatives of the Russian authorities, they say that Ukrainians are targeted abandoned farm equipment. The local residents said that this was a military base of Russians. The choice is yours. Next we have a video from the security service of Ukraine, which demonstrates us the work in action of a naval drone of Ukrainians called Sea-Baby. And this particular one, why it is so special, it is because it was purchased completely for the donations of Ukrainian people. But then Ukrainians decided to move even further, so they literally modified these naval drones with nothing else but entire multiple launch rocket systems called Grad. So this is literally a naval drone. There is not a single person inside, so it can go literally anywhere, and it was already having some particular success for Ukrainians in the Black Sea area. Guess what? Now it has a literal installation on top of it, in addition to the warhead it carries. This modification has been officially confirmed by the head of the security services of Ukraine, Mr. Maluk, and for example, one of the most recent usage where Ukrainians did employ this new modification was whenever they tried to bypass Crimean Peninsula. We talked about this in my previous video, so they attacked the positions of Russians on Kinburn Spit. But that video was recorded by another FPV drone, so you are not able to see many details, because then right here is yet another video which shows already the first-person view of this Sea Baby drone, and it is literally just a beautiful, just absolutely incredible combination of engineering, of naval engineering and this MLRS. But wait, there is more. Yet another naval drone by Ukrainians called Magura V5 also recently received some very crucial modifications. One of the very first ones is that its new range is approximately 950 kilometers. If my math is correct, it's approximately a little bit less than 600 miles, which is twice the distance between Odessa and Sevastopol. Basically, Ukrainians can target anything on Crimean Peninsula if they want to. But another very important modification is that the new warhead size can be twice bigger, once again endangering all the Russian remaining vessels in the Black Sea area, and then also some very particular engineering construction which connects the territory of Crimea and Russia. Any ideas what is this? Exactly, the Crimean Bridge. And when you thought that this was already cool enough, yes, there are even more modifications. First of all is that those Magura V5s, they also received some capabilities to attack aerial targets in form of this improvised air defense system. Then they also can temporarily submerge underwater for a limited time, and they're also a little bit less visible from the above and also for thermal imaging. I mean, yes, these drones are fully Ukrainian made. So you can see pretty much the perfect difference between the Z army and the Ukrainian army. One army is trying to develop its military industries, they are trying to retake settlements, they are trying to advance, defend, everything military related, while the other one just tries to make the civilian population to be afraid of them, even though allegedly they are trying to rescue them. Well, who is good, who is bad in this case? I think it is quite obvious. But yet, even more, absolutely, or I would say the most ridiculous claim by the Z propaganda since the beginning of this war has been made not that long time ago, and this one is just... At first I decided to include this statement in ridiculous Russian propaganda, but because the things that they say maybe will not be acceptable by YouTube, this will be an extra chapter on my Patreon. So guys, if you want to know exactly which statement is this, go ahead and check my Patreon, the link is down below. There is 1 week of free access for every single one of you to try the service to see if you like it or not. The best way to support the channel, the link is down below. Thank you so much. Well, there you have it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, helps a lot with my work. Go ahead and check my second channel, The Russian Dude Investing. All the other useful links are down below. My PayPal, Patreon, Instagram, and of course merch, hoodies, pants, phone cases. Everything is down below. Thanks so much for watching. See you tomorrow.